It's Thursday, November 27th. In the headlines, the Development Bank of Jamaica has announced a $10 billion recovery package to help companies rebuild. In business news, container homes to land in Jamaica to house those who were displaced by Hurricane Melissa. Regionally, Trinidad and Tobago launches a landmark AI readiness assessment with United Nations partners. And in sports, Miguel Coley reaches agreement to join the Reggae Boys coaching staff. This is the news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. Jamaica is still counting the human toll of Hurricane Melissa. 45 people are confirmed dead. 16 are still missing. And the search for survivors continues. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management is also reporting steady progress in restoring critical services. At a special press briefing at Jamaica House, ODPEM Director General Commander Alvin Gale confirmed 45 deaths linked to Hurricane Melissa, with 16 people still unaccounted for.
Today, the official number for confirmed fatalities directly attributed to Hurricane Melissa stands at 45. Our thoughts are with the families and communities grieving these loved ones. We are also providing necessary support to them during this difficult time. Today also, I wish to report that 16 persons remain missing. The JCF continues to work to find and reunite these Jamaicans with their families.
Commander Gale says search teams are still combing communities, reuniting 18 missing persons so far, while utility crews work to restore essential services, with Jamaica Public Service now at 76% restoration and more than 102,000 National Water Commission customers still without water.
Today, we can report that 76% of the JPS network is operational, with some 165,000 customers remaining without service. Almost 82% of the National Water Commission customers have been restored, leaving some 102,000 customers without supply. In order to bring safe water to this population, the NWC and partners have established significant distribution sites across Jamaica and have also been trucking water into the most affected communities.
Commander Gale also reports that financial support continues to flow into the national recovery effort. Donations now total $1.86 million and 635 million Jamaican dollars combined across ODPEM's monitored accounts. He's urging the public to continue reporting urgent needs and sharing critical information with ODPEM.
As I close, I want to remind the public that if you require assistance or have critical information to share, please contact the ODPEM. Our teams are standing by. Contact numbers 876-906-7668, 876-967-1105. You can also make reports via the Support Jamaica website.
Search, relief, and restoration operations are ongoing island-wide, and ODPEM says updates will continue in the days ahead. Finance Minister Favour Williams is scheduled to table the third supplementary estimates of expenditure next Tuesday, detailing how the government plans to finance Jamaica's recovery from the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa. The new budget adjustments are expected to include major changes to capital spending for the rest of the fiscal year, reflecting the severe damage the Category 5 storm inflicted on key government infrastructure, including hospitals and schools. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness made the disclosure during Tuesday's sitting of Parliament.
You have asked about whether or not we have started the process to change the fiscal rules. Yes, it has begun, and the Minister will come with the necessary legislative changes that are necessary. And that process of bringing our our supplementary and having it reviewed by the fiscal commissioner. That is underway. So a supplementary will come next week. So I don't want to answer questions that ought rightfully to be presented by the Minister of Finance.
The update came in response to questions from opposition spokesman on finance, Julian Robinson. Jamaican businesses hit hard by Hurricane Melissa are being offered a major financial lifeline. The Development Bank of Jamaica, DBJ, has announced a $10 billion recovery package to help companies rebuild and resume operations. Managing Director David Lowe outlined the initiative during a media briefing at Jamaica House on Wednesday.
The important thing to note is that we are committed to finding the best solution, all things considered, to make access to credit facilities easy, frictionless, and supported by our partners in the financial sector. The second is that we are also going to roll a grant program into our funding needs. And how this grant program is going to work is that we want to encourage innovation.
Mr. Lowe explained that the DBJ's M5 Business Recovery Program is designed around 3 phases: recovery, resilience, and restoration. Phase 1 will make $1 billion available immediately for on-lending to business operators. Phase 2 includes an additional $3 billion in support. And Phase 3 earmarks $7 billion to help rebuild key sectors, supply chains, and other economic players. Jamaica will bid farewell to one of its cultural giants with an official funeral. The government has announced national honors for music legend James "Jimmy Cliff" Chambers, who passed away on Monday at age 81. Jimmy Cliff, born in Somerton, St. James, rose from humble roots to global fame, becoming one of reggae's strongest ambassadors. Speaking in Parliament this week, Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Olivia Babsy-Grange, revealed that he had left specific instructions about how his country should say farewell to him.
He left specific instructions how he wanted Jamaica to say farewell to him. And those details will be announced at a later date, but I'm very pleased to indicate that the Prime Minister has given me the honor to announce that Jimmy Cliff will be accorded an official funeral.
A recipient of the Order of Merit, Jimmy Cliff was celebrated throughout his career, honored with an official passport and the National Icon Award. Minister Grange describes his passing as a profound loss for Jamaica and the world.
Now, his passing has left us deeply saddened, as the transitioning of Jimmy represents a major loss, not just for Jamaica, but for the world. He gave so much of his life to delivering meaningful music, which resonated in every corner of the globe.
The Ministry of Education has rolled out a major support plan to keep students learning after Hurricane Melissa severely damaged dozens of schools. With many institutions still closed, Education Minister, Senator Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon, says a host school initiative is now in effect, temporarily placing displaced students in other schools, so their education isn't interrupted. Danita Rodney reports.
Speaking during a meeting of the Senate, Education Minister, Senator Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon says the host school initiative allows students from damaged or non-operational schools to attend classes at another institution while repairs continue.
To ensure learning does not come to a halt for the thousands of children in the severely damaged schools, we have activated a host school modality. This is a temporary arrangement where a student from a non-operational school continues learning in another institution for a defined period of time.
But Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon stressed that students remain attached to their home schools. This is not a transfer, but a short-term measure.
Students, nevertheless, remain anchored to their home institution. So we're not doing a transfer. So it's a host period. So you're going to go there for a period of time.
The minister says host schools will receive additional support, including psychosocial services and a strong regional coordination to ease the transition.
Hosting is an interim solution. As a ministry, we understand that different institutions have different cultures. One does not change school mid-term without some transition pains. And as a result, students and their host schools will be supported by strong regional coordination, psychosocial services, and clear accountability measures.
She continued praising the national response, noting that several schools, public and private, have already volunteered to take in displaced students.
Mr. President, I find it encouraging that many schools, both public and private, have already volunteered to host displaced students. And I want to thank them, and I'm going to actually look for those schools, because I do think there are times when we have to acknowledge those who are doing really good work in terms of trying to support our schools. Many principals have reached out to the ministry, indicating their interest already, and this is demonstrating the very best of our national spirit and our shared commitment to Jamaica's children.
Parents are being urged to contact their regional education offices as more schools open space and new temporary learning options, including boarding, rotations, extended days, tent classrooms, consolidated sites, and remote learning tools are activated to support students from hurricane-affected western parishes.
Time now for the business report with Denise Williams.
Welcome to today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, here to bring you the stories shaping the financial world and guiding your journey to smarter business decisions. Let's dive into the top headlines. Approved in April and paid for in September, a batch of 100 container homes are leaving Florida for Jamaica just in time to make a small contribution to housing needed as a result of Hurricane Melissa. Florida-based company Here at Last, HRAL, is preparing to send a shipment of modular homes to Jamaica as part of the fulfillment of a contract with Jamaican construction company GG&A Associate Solutions Limited to deliver 100 housing units. The portable homes, constructed using eco-friendly materials, are designed for quick assembly and can be easily relocated as needed. This scalability makes them a perfect solution for addressing both short-term housing needs after disasters and longer-term housing solutions for underserved communities. During the contract signing, Peter Wanner, CFO at HRAL, noted, "These portable homes are a game changer for Jamaica. They are built to withstand various environmental challenges, including hurricanes and flooding, making them ideal for both urban and rural areas. We are proud to partner with a reputable Jamaican contractor to bring these homes to the people of Jamaica," he said. NCB Financial Group CEO Robert Almeida shared his outlook on the prospects for the financial services group during the live stream of Mayberry Investments Limited's Investor Forum on Friday, November 21. Almeida stated, "We spent the last 2 years doing a turnaround, but it was a major undertaking, a turnaround of our capital and our financial position, our earnings power, but also our physical plant, our technology platform, the human capital base, and customer experience. So a number of different dimensions. and all for the purpose of getting ourselves into a position where we are now, Almeida shared. And he continued. And so we ended September coming out thinking, okay, we're ready to accelerate now, and we are. But what we hadn't kind of counted on was that it meant that we'd built a resilient foundation, and we hadn't anticipated Hurricane Melissa and the importance of being in the position we are right now so that we can actually respond to the test, respond to the challenge, and work to build, not just build back, but to build back better for the country, Almeida added. For the trading period ending November 26, 2025, these were the most actively traded stocks. Trans-Jamaica Highway Limited with 10,053,278 units, or 43.93% of market sales volume. With Cinco Group Limited ordinary shares with 3,016,076 units, representing 13.18% of market sales volume. Blue Power Group Limited with 945,000 units, representing 4.13% of market sales volume. We now shift our focus to the Forex market rate set by the Bank of Jamaica. On November 27, 2025, the Bank of Jamaica reported US $56.05 million purchased and US $56 million sold by Forex traders. Forex traders earned $1.74 per dollar, selling the US at $159.49 and buying the US at $161.23. The Canadian dollar netted Forex traders $1.06 per transaction, with selling at $114.57 and buying at $113.51. The British pound yielded Forex traders 94 cents in profits, with selling at $211.19 and buying at $212.13. For our credit report tip of the day, when life comes at you with a blow you never saw coming, everything feels like it's slipping through your fingers. Your plans, your stability, your confidence. And in that moment, asking a banker for help can feel like the hardest step of all. But this is exactly when your credit report becomes more than numbers on a page. It becomes your voice when you're exhausted, your proof that you've been trying, your reminder that you haven't given up. It's the tool that helps you walk into that conversation, not defeated, but determined, ready to fight for the 6 months of breathing room you need to regain your strength. In our funded and focused feature, you know that moment when you feel your business should be doing better, but something keeps slipping through the cracks. That's the silent drain that holds founders back. A profit clarity session forces you to stop guessing and finally face the truth about your numbers. It's raw, it's revealing, and yes, sometimes it stirs fear, frustration, or resistance. But that's exactly where the breakthrough lives. When you see what's really happening in your cash flow, you don't just understand your business differently. You start making decisions that put you back in control, focused, and ready to win. And that wraps up today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, reminding you that every financial decision is a step toward your future. Until next time, stay focused, stay informed, and keep striving for success. See you soon.
In regional news, Trinidad and Tobago is taking a bold step toward the future, officially launching its first ever National Artificial Intelligence Readiness Assessment. The move, led by the Ministry of Public Administration and Artificial Intelligence in partnership with the UNDP and UNESCO, positions the country to become a regional leader in responsible AI development and digital governance.
The Ministry of Public Administration and Artificial Intelligence, MPAI, has officially launched Trinidad and Tobago's National Artificial Intelligence AI Readiness Assessment. The initiative, unveiled on Wednesday in collaboration with the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, and the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, aims to evaluate the country's preparedness for AI adoption across critical sectors. UNDP's resident representative Hugo Blanco described the launch as a historic moment for Trinidad and Tobago, calling it possibly the biggest technological shift we will see in our lifetime.
The UN is coming together in Trinidad and Tobago to do something we haven't done in other countries in the world that is happening in Trinidad and Tobago, which is adding the capacities of UNDP to the benefits of UNESCO, who is very strong in terms of ethics and governance of AI.
According to Line Minister Dominic Smith, they are committed to building a public service that is agile, trusted, competitive, and that delivers citizen-centric solutions while positioning TNT as a leader in the digital governance space.
We can enable advanced technology in health, education, agriculture, and justice. And most certainly we can position Trinidad and Tobago as one of the leading small island developing states in responsible AI adoption.
Minister Smith also noted that Trinidad and Tobago will thus become the first country in Latin America and the Caribbean region to undertake such a comprehensive AI readiness assessment.
This collaboration sets a new benchmark for the region and demonstrates what is possible when we work together for a shared digital future. Together, you and I and everyone sitting here, we will build a modern, inclusive, future-ready Trinidad and Tobago, a nation where technology expands opportunity for every single citizen.
It was also noted that Minister Smith remains a trailblazer, serving as the Caribbean's first minister dedicated to artificial intelligence and one of only 6 globally to hold an AI-focused portfolio. Jason John, TTT News.
Belize is pushing for the World Court to hear its 2 territorial cases, the Guatemala claim and Honduras' late bill for the Sapodilla case, back to back. Belize's legal team argues the disputes are closely linked, noting Honduras only raised its claim in 1981 and stayed silent for decades. The move aims to secure a complete and coordinated ruling from the ICJ, as questions also arise about Honduras' push for traditional fishing rights.
Is that it would be sensible for the court to hold the hearings on the merits in the 2 cases back to back, on the basis that Guatemala and Belize agree that the court should hear and resolve the merits of both disputes in a way that allows its deliberations in each of them to overlap. Belize does not object to Guatemala's application. The second point of common ground is that Honduras did not make known its claim to the Sapodillas until 1981. That was when it became aware of the heads of agreement, which contemplated discussions aimed at a compromise resolution of the broader dispute between the United Kingdom and Guatemala concerning the territory of Belize, and which ultimately failed. The third point is that having made a claim in 1981, Honduras then left it dormant. The fourth point is this: Honduras could have applied to intervene in Guatemala, Belize, but elected not to do so. It is undisputed, as between the 3 states, that there is no impediment to the complete resolution of all of Guatemala's claims against Belize. Members of the court, those are the points of common ground between Belize and Guatemala's submissions of yesterday. The next issue concerns 2 matters that Guatemala identified yesterday, on which it said that it would not have a chance to comment unless its intervention were permitted. The first is the Honduran claim to traditional fishing rights.
Trade between Guyana and the UK is gaining momentum, with 11 UK companies launching a high-level trade mission on Tuesday to explore investment opportunities. Speaking at the Guyana Marriott Hotel, Finance Minister Ashni Singh called the country ripe with business opportunities, while UK Trade Envoy Paulette Hamilton and DIGI Miller Ward highlighted Guyana's 43.6% economic growth in 2024 and $1.6 billion in bilateral trade.
Guyana is ripe with business opportunities, really, I think, an understatement, or to be putting it mildly. Others mentioned too the fact that in the very short space of time, Guyana has become the largest trade partner with the United Kingdom. I think Jamila mentioned it when she spoke too. I think Paulette might have mentioned it too. But Guyana has become the largest trade partner with the United Kingdom in the Caribbean, the UK's largest trade partner in the Caribbean. That's a very significant achievement. What that does immediately for anybody who's doing business in Guyana or who's investing in Guyana is it immediately opens up northern Brazil to you. So an investment in Guyana is literally an investment in capacity to serve the market in northern Brazil. That's happening right now. The road is under construction. You can, in fact, right now drive to northern Brazil.
I'm happy to say that UK company Rio Mid, I knew I'd get that wrong, is supporting this modernization process with the implementation of an electronic health record system.
In sports, we begin with football. Former Reggae Boys assistant coach Miguel Coley is returning to the national setup. The Jamaica Football Federation confirmed on Wednesday that a deal has been finalized for Coley to resume the role on an interim basis. He will join interim head coach Rudolph Speed as part of the technical team preparing for the FIFA Inter-Confederation playoffs in March 2026, where Jamaica will fight for a place at the FIFA World Cup. Coley will officially begin his duties next month. He brings significant international coaching experience and was the JFF's first choice candidate for the assistant role when Speed was appointed on November 21. Over now to cricket. Half centuries from Tishnarine Shandapal, Brandon King and John Campbell laid a solid foundation for the West Indies Test team on day one of their two-day warm-up match against New Zealand as the Tories closed on 346 for 5 at Lincoln University ground in Christchurch. Nasira Mohammed has more.
The match serves as the only practice fixture ahead of the first test of the three-match series, which bowls off on December 2nd in New Zealand. Chandapal retired out for a well-crafted 85 from 211 deliveries, anchoring the innings with typical grit. The left-hander faced 163 dot balls, but struck 5 boundaries and 2 sixes, providing valuable time in the middle before his return to test action. Opening partner John Campbell got the Windies off to a fluent start with a 98-ball 68, striking 9 fours and a 6 before falling to Thomas O'Connor with a score on 130. Brandon King continued his push for a regular test spot, impressing with a fluent 79 from 91 deliveries. His knock included 12 boundaries and came at a brisk strike rate of 87, before he was caught and bowled by Rahman Hekmat. Middle order stability came from Kavam Hodge, who ended the day unbeaten on 55 of 102 deliveries, while Alec Athanaze contributed 23 and wicketkeeper Tevin Imlach made 25 before being bowled by Jaden Lennox. Among the bowlers, Hekmat 1 for 84 and Lennox 1 for 82 were the most expensive, while Thomas O'Connor 1 for 31 and Toby Hart 1 for 28 offered greater control. Ricky Kapoor toiled for 18 overs but went wicketless for 65 runs.
And that's it for the news on PBCJ. Thank you so much for watching.